super tight until that 5th game.
Yeah, Ken opened him up big time and, you know, asserted his dominance. And I'm very interested to see if he's going to be able to do that. And as you said, we have Mega Man versus Sonic here on Smashville, Game 1.
All right, and just hopping around, playing very evasively. Kameme not wanting to get caught by Sonic, especially in a grab at 0, because that's when he really gets some solid follow-ups.
I really like that awareness Kameme had. He dropped the Metal Blade on his shield. It like bounced off, went to the ground. He Z picked it up and continued his string of pellets. It's a lot of pressure on the shield.
But up throw to Nair from Ken, gonna tack on some damage, put him in the lead, and now Kameme knows he has to approach or just play a really efficient zoning game and close this percent gap out. But when you have lemons that do like 1 or 2% at a time, it's not that easy.
Absolutely. I mean, he's doing a good job of getting a couple hits in, getting out, but Ken seems to just match him every single opportunity he gets. Oh, wow. Great Metal Blade drop.
Yeah, I love that, and making sure to catch it with the neutral air on the way back up.
Very close game. I love the exchanges between both of the players. It's super entertaining to see who's going to go ahead and like blow this one open. Right now, Ken got an up throw back air read, has Kameme at 95%, but I mean, the most famous thing about Kameme that I remember is these Metal Blade shenanigans where he gets the footstool into a couple pellets and then the, you know, down smash or up tilt, or even a reset.
Right.
So, you know, you can never count Mega Man out, especially when we have the innovator of it here.
Oh, did he catch the jump? Oh, no, I think Kameme is still saving the jump.
Not
oh,
that
no,
time.
no, he actually did get hit out of it. Okay.
One huge advantage that I do see Sonic have in this matchup is their up Bs are identical moves. However, Mega Man does not have that same level of invincibility.
Yeah, he actually does have a little bit, but definitely more for Sonic. I'm quite sure.
I think Sonic's is going 3/4 of the way up. He's invincible. Oh, here we go. Oh, what? That wasn't a sour spot?
All right, taking the stock, not proving to be too easy for Kameme. Of course, he does have a ton of kill power if he gets the right setups, but Sonic is just so quick. It's really tough to land, you know, Z-drop, footstool out of shield, especially when your opponent doesn't really want to hit your shield at all, and if he does, he's cruising through it with the spin dash.
Yeah, lots of invincibility on that uprising portion of Sonic spin dash. And Kameme, Ken is not someone who, you know, comes in with attacks a lot. He's, in my opinion, he should be known for closing the distance with his speed and taking advantage of his opponent's weaknesses right there. And we see Ken hit him with an up throw forward air, netting a lot of percent. Kameme now in trouble of getting two-stocked. We have seen Ken go for some very powerful forward smash reads.
By the way, just did the quick fact check. Sonic is intangible from frames 5 to 13 on his up B, whereas Mega Man is intangible only from frames 6 to 9.
Wow, so that's a difference of 5 to 8.
Yeah, 9-frame window versus a 4-frame window, because, you know, you count the one that it starts on, yeah.
All right, makes it back onto the stage. Now, Mega Man with Rage can be pretty terrifying. He does have a lot of strong options, like he did say, but the hard part is getting the stock, and he's just going to trade with a side B with his back air, so good job for Kameme finding that opportunity. Really, really, like, threading the needle there, you know? Not even threading it, he had to trade. But it was a trade well worth it as he did get the stock. Makes the game a little bit, oh my god. Great back air coming out of Ken, hits the neutral get or the neutral get up from the tech, and takes that first game. What do you think would be a good stage for Kameme to go to, or do you feel like maybe this is more of a player thing?
I feel like it might sound counterintuitive for a zoning-based character, but I think Battlefield is probably Kameme's best choice here, just because being able to pressure from underneath with up air, it does a lot of shield damage to Sonic, kind of closes off the sides, you know, makes it a less long plane, but here, very interesting, it's going to be town and city, so the platforms do exist. Of course, they're kind of on a cycle where they'll come in and out, but the stage is very long still, which I think benefits Ken more than Kameme. But of course, these guys know a lot better than I do. They've played definitely a solid amount of games together, so I'm sure that there's some kind of information that's backing up this decision for Kameme.
It's so exciting to watch players, you know, that you normally don't, you see all the time, but you don't like spend time with or get to know their internal like workings and what they're thinking, and, you know, about each matchup. Like what goes through their heads in this sort of matchup, because I guess unless if you're from the South where you see top level players like, you know, Wrath and Stat go
right.
at it with Mega Man and Sonic, you know, this is a very foreign matchup. You know, you have two characters that I usually have a lot of specialists. Like, we have a plethora of good Sonic players, but at the level of Pen, it's very hard to say. You know, Wrath or 6WX, Super Kills, I feel like are some of your closest, excluding Como, because he has that cloud that I think he pulls out a lot more often. But, you know, a Mega Man, what's he thinking about, huh? How do I get in versus a character that moves this fast? And then you have these players who play this at the highest level. You know, it's super exciting to watch. And just the psychological aspect of it.
Right, in their Arm Saga set, we saw a lot of Kameme trying to slow Ken down by just stuffing out his spin dashes with lemons. It's looking like Ken is a lot more used to that now. He's finding some different ways to circumnavigate all the projectiles, but I don't know, Kameme kind of turning up the heat in his pseudo-aggressive zoning. He's doing really well this match here on Town and City. I don't even think really due to the stage at all, just he's definitely evolved in his gameplay.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Kameme has adapted somewhat, and, you know, it's like, okay, now maybe he's kind of remembering his Arm Saga run. He's like, okay, now I remember what he did. He kind of caught me off guard that game 1, but I really have a good handle on what he's trying to do, and has him at 97%. So, by all means, Ken is at KO%. If Kameme can land a powerful option on him, it's just a matter of how long is it going to take for him to get it.
Oh, and I feel like Kameme wanted to just cross him up and get the back throw at the edge. That may have killed, but it looks like he accidentally went into the skid animation.
Huh. I love this. Good ledge trump backer coming out of Kameme. That exchange itself was pretty silly. Ken jumped up to Zeke air dodge catch the metal blade. I don't know if if Kameme caught him off guard with that ledge trump because he was already going through so much off stage, but it was really good pressure he applied.
This match looking just significantly better for Kameme. Of course, going up the first stock already.
That double up air is so much damage.
I love how he just, anytime he's landing on the ground, he's making sure to do the neutral air and then walk a little bit forward and jump. Keep shooting lemons, just keeps himself active all the time, always producing hitboxes and staying on the fly.
We are seeing a totally different game right now because it's looking the other way around. Kameme is about to, Ken is about to lapse Kameme in percent, and he's on, you know, he's in danger of getting 2 stocks this game.
Look at that movement, man, just hitting with the arm cannon, hitting with 2 pellets, and then moving out, just gorgeous stuff.
I love that recovery option. He upbeat super early, saved the jump, got on stage, landed safely with a down air. Kameme knows that was silly. Ken is like, what did I just get hit by?
Now, during the Arm Saga set, almost every kill, I want to say like 75% of the kills that Ken or Kameme got were the dash throw, metal blade into back air.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so kind of harkening back to last weekend. Oh, are we actually going to see the character switch from Kameme? He was doing so well.
He's got a lot of tools, you know, in his bag. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe stage dependent he was thinking about it.
Yeah, possibly.
Just a quick heads up, guys. We had a match result come up off stream. Mistake actually defeated Edge 3-2. So we do have another Bayonetta moving forward in the bracket in the top 4. Mistake avenging JK.
Right, so we're going to see the run back of Kirihara versus Mistake in loser semifinals. That's going to be hype, but right now we have a set that, like, on paper, I feel like a lot of people would be like,
yeah,
it could be so boring. But these two are
galore.
Yeah, these two are super exciting to watch. Even though the matches have been not necessarily quick on the timer, it's been action-packed the whole time. They're doing just these chip damage exchanges to each other, in and out.
These are both characters that don't have, you know, like the Bayonetta type explosive combos or the, you know, the cloud finishing touch KOs early.
Yeah.
You know, they're very, a lot of button pressing has to go into these characters, in my opinion. A lot of people think, oh, well, you know, Sonic, you have to press a lot of stuff. But if you think about it, a lot of his approach options, dashes, grabs, a lot of it has to do with, you know, a lot of strict timing. So it's fun to watch these masters of the characters going at it, battling, and they're really close set, actually, you know, with only 6% separating them right now in a 1-1 game.
Yeah, this is just super tight. And, of course, Kameme with a lot to prove this weekend, right? Coming off of 2nd place at the last EVO. His placings have not quite been able to match that since then, so I know he's got a lot to prove. And taking home this tournament would definitely start EVO off on a high note for him. Ken, however, looking to do the same. He didn't have such a hot placing last EVO. He lost to 0 fairly early, but he's really risen in the ranks since 2016. So, I mean, he did win yesterday. I think he's looking for the 2P.
It's kind of like a passing of the... Oh, solid up tilt coming out of Kameme. Nets that early KO and has a strong lead and a lot of momentum going into this next stock.
Just going to hit him with all the spins of the Metal Blade there, dealing 10%. You usually see people...
Oh, great read coming out of Ken. Sees the spot dodge and gives him a forward smash and a back air to take it. great response coming out of Ken.
Saying, man, I'm not going to miss the tech next time. You got lucky. Hey, responds immediately with that up air, though. This is such an even match. Of course, the game count is even as well. So this is going to be huge. Counter pick advantage and momentum are going to be determined by this win here.
The range that Mega Man has with those pellets, it makes it very awkward for a lot of players to try to adapt to and say, wow, it's reminiscent of like Diddy Kong's Banana. That's a disjoint or something that travels that assists you in your gameplay or allows you to be more mobile. I love the way that Ken deals with it. He's waiting for that one opportunity where the pellets finish and then runs in there with his like patented speed that a lot of Sonic players don't utilize, and I think that's where he do most of the damage.
Yeah, you definitely have to wait out the gaps in the lemon pressure. That's really what it comes down to. But, of course, the Mega Man player has a great deal of control over that. They can either vary the shot timing or they can just go for one or two, and you're like waiting for the third one to come out, right? But it never happens, so then they're back on the move all of a sudden.
And Kameme looks like he's got a lock on Ken's roll habits because he did just grab him down throw forward air to tighten up the percent, give himself a little bit of a lead. Coming down right underneath 3 minutes, both characters at their last stock in this game 3. This is a 3 out of 5. Winner of this moves into grand finals.
Also, I love how Kameme is Z-drop into pelleting as just a way to not have to respawn the Metal Blade every time, especially because he has to throw it into the ground in order to get it back in his hands. However, Ken sharpening up big time right now.
A little bit of a mistake I think on Kameme's part. That was the first dash attack, and it doesn't really look like he uses that option too often.
Yeah, you don't really ever have to break the zone in this matchup as Mega Man. You want to keeping Sonic at bay rather than trying to get in on him. Even if you're down, I feel like it's still beneficial to just, I guess, shoot projectiles repeatedly and wait for a huge opening. He was, he was scheming on that Z-drop right there.
When he's that like Kameme, when he's so close to your shield, it's terrifying because you cannot press the button because he's gonna maximize on that opportunity.
Yeah, if you. Oh no! He wanted another up tilt, but it's actually gonna be Ken who goes up 2-1 in this set. Kameme was looking so good in the earlier stages. He took the first stock, of course, but Ken was like, "Nah, man, I got something for that."
That was an interesting choice of stages as well. FD, Ken picked a great opportunity for him to not have to worry about any kind of platform shenanigans. Had plenty of stages to run away from the lemons as well as to approach. Great play from Ken, and it just was Kameme made that one mistake. I think he just judged it a little bit off. Tried to go for that up tilt, and unfortunately it cost him the game because Ken got a pretty decent charge on that forward smash.
Whew. This has been quite the tournament, man. Quite the top 8.
Yeah, honestly, and the whole tournament's been pretty crazy with C9 Ally falling to the likes of Mistake and Ekip. Excuse me. And then we had Kitty Hara versus the likes of Mistake as well. And shout outs to Mistake for having an amazing tournament.
Yeah, making it into the top 4 here.
He's gonna play Kitty Hara again. Has a chance to double eliminate a top 20 player. He's already gotten 2 wins on him. One on Ally, one on Kitty Hara. So it's he's definitely the breakout star of this event that we were talking about earlier.
I have to agree. And then Bash right behind him.
Yeah, definitely. Bash making 5th place with Little Mac in one of the most insane tournaments that will not probably be considered for the PGR.
It might be. I know they updated their rules for counting tournaments, but there's so many talented players in the building, so many PGR players that I feel like it would be silly for today and last night to not be included in Season 4.
Lots of points, potentially available for the players who have won and, even lost, actually. There's a good showing of skill, and I'm definitely excited to see, how these affect the rankings will come into play. But right now, we're going to focus on the 2 PGR players who are here in Ken and Kameme. And what's interesting is the run back on Town and City. I'm surprised Ken let him go back.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the early kills are really a lot more beneficial to Mega Man than Sonic. Just because Sonic, he could kill himself, for one, but also he can kill you out of grabs. Something that Mega Man can only do while facing the edge or like with 180.
Let me ask you something about this, Max. He just up-beat and fell off because he had nowhere to land, right? The Town and City platforms left as he was rising. Let me ask, how far ahead was Ken considering on landing on those platforms?
Because I feel like that had to have been the out he was considering, right?
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh man.
I mean, I'm thinking like, how far ahead was he going where he wanted to use that as an escape option, possibly like a mix-up, and Kameme just saw him drift away as those platforms whiffed and, taunted a little bit. These guys having a good time. I've been saying the whole day it's great seeing these players, but I'm actually really impressed with that option. Either he goofed, and I'm overthinking it, or Ken is really like 18 steps ahead.
That's it. Oh no, the weakest hitbox I've ever seen on that.
What kind of sour spot is that? Like, that's twice.
That doesn't exist. That's
I
not
know,
real.
right? He literally was on fire. And again,
oh, there we go. There we go.
go.
All right. Well, we're going to game 5, and you guys can't see the player cams. Yo, I was gonna say, switch over real quick. These guys the whole time have been laughing and talking to each other in the middle of the set.
Winners finals of a pretty big tournament with a great payout. Ken obviously had an amazing payout last night. We'll be taking home a good chunk of change regardless. Being in top 3. Yeah.
I mean, you're making over $1,000 for first place.
Just in this event.
Which is just ridiculous. Yeah. So I mean, this is like, I feel like 5th at Evo or maybe even higher would get $1,000. So first place here is really taking it home. Now, we were just talking about how much is on the line for these guys, right? How Ken is the up-and-coming success story from Japan in the 2016 to 17 season, whereas Kameme has kind of been taking a dive in terms of results, but he's been coming back strong. So the faces on these guys, especially in that last match, just did not reflect that.
The severity of the implications of this set itself. This set, may not even be Evo, but if we're talking about PGR considerations, this is a huge win for Kameme.
Yeah, it's because of the implication. I don't know if you watched Sunny, but I just had to slip that in there. Anyway, yeah, man, this is game 5. Kameme yet to even be hit. Just jumping off of Ken's head multiple times. They're cracking up about this. They're having a grand old time. I feel like
this might just be another set of friendlies, at home.
Yeah, they're happy no matter what with Japan being in grand finals, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But still, they both want to win it. They both want that cash.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with the way that they're playing, still looking at the player cam, I don't know, because it literally looks like Ken was like, hold on, let me try something. Is what it looked like, and Kameme was like, all right, hit me if you can.
And they're just dancing. They're literally playing around, and I was gonna say it's been over a minute, and not even 40% was dealt between the two of them.
I would feel really unfortunate for the person in the stream who's watching, saying this is so boring. They're not even doing anything. When you guys don't really understand the basis that they are actually just having fun. Like, yes, this is a tournament. Yes, you're trying to win, but these players, they don't play for cash. They don't play for money. They play for honor and glory.
And I guess fun too.
Yeah, and that's the crux of it. You're watching the tournament where a lot is on the line, a lot of money, reputation, everything, potentially for their careers, going into pro gaming. But they're having so much fun, and I'd love to see a lot of players in the U.S. kind of exhibit that same sort of joy, because maybe it opens up your mind a little bit, helps you out in the long run. But I mean, yeah, we're kind of getting off topic a little bit. What can you say about two guys having a good time?
Yeah, it looks like they're playing off topic, to be honest. But
yeah, it's hard to talking about, oh my gosh, what a back here, when they're probably just goofing off right now.
Yeah, but I don't know. I also feel like they're playing so delicately and carefully that maybe their facial expressions and mannerisms are not matching how seriously they're actually playing.
That could be definitely it. I mean, right now, Kameme does have it lead, and it looks like Ken is starting to get a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, but Kameme turning up the heat as well. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a trump to back air, but instead just going to play it cool, get the metal blade in his hand.
That metal blade just did.
Yeah, right? That was like a melee power shield there.
And Kameme doing a good job. He's got a lot of percent just from these stray pellets. Oh, good recovery from Ken. I like the wall jumps he's added into his recovery.
I'm surprised that Kameme didn't Z-drop the metal blade over the edge. I feel like he might have tried to, just slightly miscalculated
create like a stage spike scenario?
Yeah, or at least you got to tech this now. Something to deal with. Here's some extra damage. Either way, Kameme looking really good. The metal blade throw downward into back air, almost closing it out. But of course, Sonic, definitely not light by any means. He's slightly under Mario's weight. Oh, that's it.
Fantastic play from Kameme, netting him the first stock. And, last time Kameme had a big lead like this on Town and City, Ken did retort with, a forward smash. No, it was a forward smash and then a back air off the ledge to take the stock quickly. So let's see what Kameme can do to go ahead and, extend his lead this time.
He's just going for so many Z-drops of the metal blade, hoping to confirm into something on Ken. Maybe just a simple grab at 0 is all he could get, but it's still something, still damage.
I want to comment on that SDI from that up throw forwarder. I don't know if it's because Mega Man's kind of heavy or small, but he fell out of it instead of going off stage, which could have put him in a really bad spot.
A lot of things like that happen that you're like, was this intentional or not? Uh-oh. That was definitely intentional. Oh, he wanted to up air.
It would have been a lot of damage. I agree with it, because he would have gone one up air into a rising up air, which does about like 17%. This would be a much different game.
All right, well, Kameme still definitely in the driver's seat here. He's keeping it cool. he knows that he doesn't really have to go in on Ken. He doesn't have to
Oh
land
my
these crazy
goodness.
punishes, but maybe he does because
Yeah.
Ken has a lot of fight left in him.
That was a very, very powerful F smash. He got hit by the back hitbox of it and died with his, because he was rolling away, I believe it affected his DI, and unfortunately he did not survive or have really much of a chance to.
There we go. Again, I feel like this is like 3 or 4 times I've seen him try to Z-drop the Metal Blade just over the edge to try to catch the straight-up recovery from Sonic, and that time it actually got stuck in the wall.
He sees it, you know, that's the thing. He's probably just now saying, huh, maybe I can do this. I don't know if he ever did that during the ARM Saga, but we're coming up on 1:15 left in this Game 5 on Winners Finals.
Ken just trying to infiltrate that space, get underneath Kameme as he spawns the Metal Blade. We saw him doing that a lot in ARM Saga. Like, if he does the straight down throw, he doesn't cover Sonic running all the way through you.
Oh, the back
Actually
air?
landing.
That's gonna
That's
take it,
it.
Kameme. And look at him goofing off right now. He's all like, you got it, you got it.
It's like you just made so many dollars.
You are gonna pay for sushi tonight. I could go for some sushi, man. Oh.
I would love some. I think that might be my next stop after this tournament.
So with that back air.